Well, everyone, it is that time of year when our high school athletes don the helmets, put on the shoulder pads, and hit the gridiron. Welcome to this Media One Sports Special as we will preview the Harbor Area High School's 1997 football season. I'm Gary Cox, and you've got it right here on Media One 3. We're going to be featuring, as I mentioned, both Banning, Narbonne, as well as San Pedro, talking to some of the coaches, some of the players, and some of the athletic directors to find out what we can expect from our area high schools when they do take the football field this season. On the first segment, I'm very pleased to welcome my good friends from San Pedro High, the running back and defensive back coach, Dominic Costa. Of course, Dominic's been with the program for quite some time, and we've got two players along with Dominic as well, and they are Ryan Solomona, who is a senior linebacker and running back. Also, I have another senior linebacker and running back, and that is Andrew Wilson. And of course, we're very pleased to welcome once again the offensive line and the defensive line coach for the San Pedro Pirate football program, Mr. Corey Miller. Gentlemen, welcome to our Media One studios. Dominic, you're coming back, all of you are coming back as defending champions in the City 4A. Any added pressure this year, Dom, with that?
I don't think so. I always like to tell the young guys, 96 was a good year. Now it's 97, and this is a clean slate. I think the press likes to write that up, you're defending champion, but every year is a new year. And we're not going to win any games just because of what we did last year. It all comes down to our daily work this year. How much are we going to accomplish?
How different is the team this year than what it was last year?
Oh, you have some new personalities. Some have graduated and left, and these guys are kind of finding their own kind of team character. And we have, of course, with every year in high school football, you're going to lose some skilled people. We have to replace them. So to me, it's exciting to see how it will turn out. If some of these new people that we need to put in will turn out okay for us.
Okay, but one person you do have coming back, and that's the gentleman right next to you, Ryan Solomona. Ryan, how do you see this football season this year opposed to last year? Do you think there's the same intensity because you did win it all last year? Yeah. Is it hard to keep that intensity level up?
No, it's not hard. I know the 1997 San Pedro Pirates is going to be the team to beat this year, and it's really most of the players that are playing this year are really dedicated, to the football program and what Walscott's for us. And we're really dedicated, and we just give it our best. Every year we come out and we work hard in practice. Everybody, gives it 110%. And, we're looking for a good football season this year.
Now, I did mention you play running back, but you're primarily a linebacker, so you're really out there on defense quite a bit. Is the tone of the defense and the practices that you've had up to this point the same, do you think?
Oh, no, it got a lot rougher.
Really?
A lot of people fighting for that spot.
Right.
To fill those spots that the starters that we lost. We have second stringers that played last year that were backing up the starters that left, the seniors, and they're pretty good, and they're fighting for that spot. So now, it's like 8 starters left last year, and we have 8 newcomers, fighting for that spot. And in practice, you just hear the helmets just cracking, and,
Gets intense out there.
Really
That's what it's all about, right. Let me skip down to Corey Miller, offensive line, defensive line coach. Corey, of course, those are big parts of any football team. How are they shaping up this season for the Pirates?
Well, this is the strongest offensive line we've ever had here at San Pedro. All of them bench pressing over 300 pounds.
Wow.
Last year, 4 of them were juniors, so this year they're going to be seniors. So we're expecting big things out of them. We're expecting them to try and carry some of the load for a while.
Okay, absolutely. And of course, as Ryan mentioned, a big part of your and Dom's work at this point in the preseason is getting new players to work with one another. Is that not a key?
Right. That's I like to call it our jigsaw puzzle, trying to figure out what pieces go where, who's going to play where. On the defensive line, I see us rotating guys in and out, trying to figure out who's going to be able to play in certain situations.
Andrew Wilson, you are a linebacker predominantly, but also you do rush the ball. Let me pose a similar question to yourself that I did to Ryan. And what do you notice different about the team this year than from last year?
Well, it's just like the same thing. It's just that everyone tries hard, every practice. Just like you said, cracking helmets. That's all football's about.
It's pretty aggressive out there right now because this is the time to show the coaches.
Yeah.
Now, how did you come about getting the nickname Meatball? You are affectionately known by just about everyone as Meatball Wilson,
Yeah.
and I would imagine that's something that you take to your opponents with quite a bit of style.
Yes, I had my brother named it when I was like 5 years old. It just stuck with me.
Why do you think that's the case?
'Cause I got heavy.
but that makes a good linebacker, does it not? And that kind of brings us to a good point, actually, Andrew, and that is obviously, even at the high school level, I would imagine that you guys got to stay in shape and you got to do a little bit of training because you get it takes a lot to be on a football field. What about the training for yourself?
Yeah, Walsh is a good coach. You know, he makes us try hard. You know, practice hard every day. He's a good coach. He makes us.
Do you guys work out with weights or anything like that?
Yeah, after practice.
You do. Well, Ryan, are you pretty much a big pusher with the weights? Or?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to get everybody in the weight room. You know,
Right.
We want to be a strong football team. You know, we don't want no little injury affect our football team. We just put everybody in the weight room. Walsh has us. If you're not in the weight room, he'll go up and find you. He'll have Costa
Exactly.
or Miller or Beachley in one of them.
You guys
Look
can't
for you.
hide.
Oh no, we can't hide. We can run. We can't hide.
There you go. Well, a lot of games are won and lost in the weight room, actually, Dominic, I would imagine.
Well, Coach Walsh always is saying, and it's really true, the longer you do this it's like your insurance policy. It's a very rough game, but if I'm strong, if I'm as big as I can be, a lot of those injuries will heal quicker, and I won't get those types of injuries because I do have a thicker muscle mass around my different joints and such, and tends to go a little smoother that way.
Corey, you're optimistic about this season? Of course, you can't top what you did last year because you won it all. But you've been with the football program for some time. Are you going to have another championship conference season, do you believe? I don't mean to put you on the spot. In general terms, are things looking good?
Yeah, I'm not a real big prognosticator, but I like what I see on our field every day in practice. I like the work ethic we're getting out of these young men. I think if we take it one day at a time, one game at a time, and just go about it in a workmanlike manner like the Pirates usually do, I think we can be successful.
That's the tradition you speak of, and that's such an important part. Andrew, any one game you're looking forward to the most this season? Anybody you want to take it to?
Yeah, Narbonne.
You want to get Narbonne.
Yeah.
That was an incredible football game that you played with Narbonne last year, and I can see why you would be eager to get them back on the field. Ryan, how about yourself?
This summer I attended summer school in Carson, finished up my math class, and as I was attending it, I've been talking to a lot of players, and we got into it a lot. And Carson is
Okay.
on the top. That's on my list right now.
Those are two good games coming up, I'm sure, Narbonne and Carson. Dominic, how do you think the season will progress? We're just about out of time. Is it important to get off to a fast start, a solid start, or
Again, I always tell a story about like running up a big old hill. If I look at the hill at the beginning, I go, oh God, I'm not going to make it up this hill. But if we look at one step at a time, one day at a time, and I think good things will happen to us. Because like Coach Miller said, they got a good work ethic. We've been pretty healthy so far. So we take it a day at a time and don't overlook anybody because everybody wants to beat us. And so we're gonna concentrate week to week on each opponent, and hopefully things will bounce our way and turn out okay for us.
And of course, you do have a great head coach, Mike Walsh, a great athletic director over there in Bob Schatz.
Absolutely.
Dominic Costa, Ryan Solomona, Andrew Meatball Wilson, and Corey Miller, all from the San Pedro Pirate football program. Best of luck this season, gentlemen. You're very welcome. We're going to take a short time out and come back with the Banning Pirates.